It's unfortunate that things happen in our childhoods that, you know, that happen, and it's unfortunate, but it's like as an adult, you can't play the victim. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. Peace, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, Consistent Healing and Growth. I am Jenaya. Thank you for stopping by at my channel. So, as the title says, I just want to talk to y'all about my healing journey and like the things that I do personally, and like just sharing a little bit of my story a little bit, because like the healing journey is not easy. It's not easy at all, but at the end of the day, it's worth having your peace of mind and having your true happiness. Um, when I was younger, I always thought, always felt, I should say, I was a very, special person, a very, magical being. I just didn't know in what way or how or things of that nature. And I feel like the people I was surrounded by family-wise kind of saw the potential of that and tried to suppress that for whatever reason. I genuinely believe that in my heart. I don't have factual evidence to back it up, but I do believe that in my heart. Because I was always a happy kid, and shit didn't get, real until like my teenage years, when I got sexually assaulted, and I was molested as a kid, and so that kind of put me in the spiral there. And on top of that, coming out as gay at 14, and that being one of the reasons why this man sexually molested me in the first place, because he wanted to quote unquote make me straight again. His words, not mine. But yeah, it's when you go through this process of healing, one of the things that is super important is that you start taking responsibility of your life. Like, I saw my cousin the other day. Shout out to her. I'm just really proud of her because she's finally seen the things that I've been kind of telling her about, in the past, and she's finally accepted it in herself by just taking personal responsibility of your life and understanding that, nobody don't owe you shit. And, it's unfortunate that things happen in our childhoods that, that happen, and it's unfortunate, but it's like, as an adult, you can't play the victim. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. It doesn't help your situation in becoming the greatest version of yourself at all. It just makes you, it makes you behave in such a way where you could become selfish or lack compassion, or, accept other behaviors that shouldn't be accepted as the norm, and have you doing all types of weirdo shit. And with me, that's what happened to me. Like, going through those things, I went through identity crisis. I never went through identity crisis when it came to my sexuality. I knew long time ago as a young kid that I like girls. I wasn't sexually romantically attracted to boys. And now as an adult, I could say men. I wasn't into it. Like, girls made me feel a way that boys never made me feel. Or now I can say men. Women make me feel as an adult. Women make me feel a way that a man can never make me feel. That's facts. I don't need to search for the right man and all that shit. Like, nah. Like, a man can't make me feel the way I want to feel. Sexually or romantically. And I knew this early on. Even when I had boyfriends and stuff like that, it just didn't feel the same way as if I was messing around with a girl the same way, being fresh. it would feel totally different, and I would like that being with a girl more than I would be with a boy. So still doing shit I ain't got no business doing at that age, but you know, I ain't no wild shit. I'm just gonna put that out. I wasn't no thotty. You know, as a kid, you're curious. You're just trying to, you know, seek out your curiosity, whatever you want to say. But you know, it's like going through that identity crisis as whether, meaning like my masculine and feminine energy was like out of whack. Because, you know, in society it tells you, you know, if you're masculine, you're a man. So a man that's masculine has had these traits. So if you had a man who wasn't masculine, who, you know, was able to go into his feminine side, but he's not a feminine man in a way where his sexual orientation is gravitates to men. He's just a feminine guy. He's not hard. He knows how to express himself. He knows, you know what I mean? All that shit. He's not considered a quote unquote man, or they would question his sexuality. The old nigga, you gay. And I was weird because, you know, as a masculine woman, you know, I don't want to be a man. Yeah, I wear men's clothes because at that time, they didn't have, you know, clothes, you know, made for masculine women. But now they do. But I still choose to wear men's clothes because that's me expressing myself of my masculinity. But I'm not trying to be a man. And, you know, as a teenager, I feel like that's what all the little younger masculine young ladies are going through, is this identity crisis of, you know, I'm a man and No, you're a young woman and you're very masculine and you have the right to express how you express it. Doesn't mean that you're a man. The same way with a boy. You know, you're a young man and you have the right to express yourself as a feminine being, unless you are a trans person and you feel like you're a man, and that's different. That's totally different. If you're a trans woman, you feel like you're a woman, that's totally different. But if you're not a trans, you don't identify as a trans person, then, you know, it's okay to express yourself as a masculine or feminine person. That's okay. Just like men are more masculine, they express more their masculine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and that's the thing I had to understand. Have a masculine woman that's older than me, you know, shout out to Sika. She broke it down to me what it means to be a masculine woman, and it made perfect sense because it made me have some security in myself to know that, you know, I don't identify as a trans man. It's okay to be a masculine woman because I have both energies. I just express my masculine energy more. And that was one of the healing journeys I had to go through. And another one was, you know, family-wise, you know, friendship-wise, and then the other biggest one I could say is relationship-wise. Because when it came to women, you know, I would let them walk all over me. And that was an unhealthy, you know, thing for me to do because I was a people pleaser. I didn't understand why I was a people pleaser. You know, me being such an asshole and being mean majority of the time. Yet when it came to women, it's like this normal feeling that letting women do whatever fuck they want because I quote unquote love them is the norm, and that's not realistic. That's not a thing, and nobody should do it. You know, I had to learn how to say no. But the thing for me was seeking attention all the time. I would do things for attention, and when I went back to my childhood to find the source of where that attention came from, it came from my mother. It came from the lack of attention as a child. So I would do anything and whatever to get her attention, whether it's to break something in the house, or whether it's to make a lot of noise, or whether it's to, you know, mess with her, stuff like that, just to get her attention because I wasn't getting the attention I felt as a child I deserved. So I would do the most. So it carried on into my adulthood as doing the same thing. When it came to women I would date, I would just do the most for attention because I felt like she was giving her attention to somebody else or whatever. So what I had to do to get that attention back to me, I would go, hey, I'm here. So what I would do, start arguments with her. You know, I would, you know, start talking to other chicks just to get her attention. Like, because in my mind, shit, you ain't gonna give me attention. I'm gonna get it somewhere else. That was just one of the unhealthy behaviors that I had, and it just always backfired on me, because I never got the attention I always wanted. And then I realized attention is not always good attention, and that made me had to look at my life and structure my life, in a different way, that I needed to find healing, like I needed to find why. So I had those heart-to-heart, moments with my mom. It wasn't the easiest, it was a lot of crying and frustration build up and all this stuff, but it was much needed. You need to heal. Like, you need to heal, you need to forgive. Don't forget what happened to you. Don't look for no apologies. Just go and just deal with the source of the problem. I wasn't expecting any apologies, stuff like that. Like, even when the shit that happened to me, being molested, them people never apologized to me. But, I forgave myself, and knowing that it wasn't my fault, and got the clarity I needed so I can move forward. Even talking to my mom, I got the clarity I needed to move forward, because when you had those conversations, you need to be mentally ready for whatever's going to come out their mouth. Because if you're not, you're going to get hurt worse, because they're going to tell you the truth. This is the truth that's coming out now. And whatever the truth is, that's their truth, you got to be able to handle that. And you have to be able to accept it. When she told me the reasons why, stuff like that, I had to accept it. It was hard to hear, but it was needed to hear, so I could understand her mindset, why she did the things that she did at an age where I couldn't understand it if she was to tell me then, So it's important to heal. I'm not gonna make this video too long, because I'll definitely come back and do a part 2 on this particular talk of healing, because this video can go on for a long time, and I don't want it to go on for a long time. But I just want everybody who's going to watch this video to know that it's important for you to heal. It's important for you to forgive. It's important for you to be yourself. It's important for you to love yourself. It's important to take care of yourself. If nobody got you on this planet Earth, you got you. And know that you're divinely protected by whomever that you pray to, whomever that is. But you are divinely protected, guided, and everything happens for a reason. It might be some fucked up shit that happened to you. I'm pretty sure my story is not as bad as other people on the planet Earth story, but it's not about comparing stories. It's about healing and sharing my experience, because maybe you went through that experience. You need to know, like, hey, I can get through it too. If I get through it, you get through it too, and be at this, place of peace. Because everybody wants to be happy, but nobody wants to put the work in. The healing journey is the work. People want to go to church and all this other goofy shit, but they're not healing anything. You're just suppressing your emotions by blaming something else or whatever. You're not dealing with the actual issue. You have to deal with the issue, and that's how you get your healing that you need. I healed because I did the work. I put the years in that was needed for me to continue to be the best version of myself. I ain't done. This healing journey is forever. Once you start, it's forever. Because once you get your peace of mind, now once you have it, you have to work daily to make sure you are always at peace. Love you guys. This was a real deep one. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming and watching this video all the way to the end. If you did, I appreciate you. You already know consistency is a lifestyle, and here we are solution-based. Just by you being here is all the support I need. But if you do want to purchase a t-shirt or a hoodie, the link is in the description below. Remember, time to heal, y'all. It's time to heal. So let's make a better, healthier, peaceful world for the generations to come. Let's get rid of this toxic ass behavior that we got. Real shit. I love y'all. Peace.